making our way to the ring, your participants for your main event.
أنا زينب يا شيعة واسوني أخي المذبوح عالرمضاء عزوني أنا زينب يا شيعة واسوني أخي المذبوح عالرمضاء عزوني أنا زينب أنا زينب أنا زينب أنا زينب يا شيعة.
This contest, a Syrian death match. Introducing first, being accompanied to ringside by MK. From Syria, weighing 225 pounds, the almighty Sheik.
For good reason, Christian Cole, because they don't come any more cold-blooded than this man, the almighty Sheik. To what lengths will he go tonight? Has he led MVP as the lamb to the slaughter? Did he let him survive last time so he can get him in this type of matchup, a style of matchup that he, quite frankly, has never lost, a matchup that no American has competed in, the Syrian death match?
This is the first time we're going to see this match here in the United States. This is the first time we're going to see this match here at Pacific Coast Wrestling. What are the implications of a Syrian death match? What are we about to see? What type of violence will MVP have to go through in order to get even close to being at the level of violence and hatred and pure evil that is MK and his client, the almighty Sheik?
You've talked about mind games many times tonight. The ultimate mind games, making your opponent, in essence, face death. Beat him to a pulp and put him in a body bag. Can you imagine that darkness just closing in on your lifeless body? Nothing you can do about it.
I gotta tell you, I'm a little claustrophobic, Todd. Just the thought of even, looking at a body bag, much less being inside of it. And what type of condition will MVP or Sheik, for that matter, need to be in order to be secured into that body bag? We're gonna see something that we've never seen before here in PCW.
Sheik with this ceremonial prayer, praying to the Holy Land, praying to Mecca, but I don't think there's gonna be anything holy about what he does inside that ring and outside the ring here tonight.
His opponent hails from the 305 Miami Beach, Florida, weighing 251 pounds, on 12 Montana quarter, MVP.
MVP last time it released the Kraken, took the fight that the Sheik could dish out and took the fight to the Sheik. But can he survive this Syrian death match main event here tonight? The Ronin, the last samurai. He's had some international battles as well. In the land of the rising sun, he raised some hell. But even he has got to be questioning, what have I gotten myself into?
We have to talk about MVP's resume. We have to talk about the fact that he's a former WWE United States champion. Here they go. Wow. Wasting no time, dropping bombs on each other. Big right hands from MVP, sending Sheik off the ropes.
Nobody home for that big kick there, and the Sheik to the outside. Again, there will be no rules, no count outs, no disqualifications in this one. So Sheik can spend as much time as he wants out there, but not if MVP has anything to say about it. Blindsides him. MVP is going to have to dig down deep and play by a whole new set of rules in this one.
We talked about MVP's resume in terms of being a wrestler, but we also have to mention some of the harder things to discuss about MVP. I mean, MVP, a former convict, an ex-con with a really seasoned and dark history. He paid his dues, he served his time, and now out and turning a new leaf. But the fact is that MVP has a very dark past, and I don't think he's a stranger to death matches. I don't think he's a stranger to the Syrian death match, the idea of the violence and the blood and the sweat that it takes to win a match like this.
Christian Cole, he may have a somewhat of a dark past, but unfortunately he may have an even darker future inside that body bag if the Sheik has anything to say about it. Trying to send him into the guardrail. Reversal by MVP and sending him. Every seat's going to be a front row seat in this one.
And already, Sheik is already in the audience. And what we saw last time at Release the Kraken, we saw these guys brawl into the crowd with chairs, with weapons, with blood and sweat. Everything was there. And now we're already seeing, we're 60 seconds into this match, we're already seeing them spill into the crowd in a chair. And what's going to happen here? Oh!
A vicious shot by MVP, showing that he will go to any lengths as well. And oh man, did he ever waffle him with that. Fans, you got to be careful out here. I beg of you, don't get between these two men, heated rivals, hated enemies. MVP going to work, and you're right, he was able at Release the Kraken to use the entire arena as a weapon. Oh, he didn't miss that time.
Not at all, getting all of that boot into the face of the almighty Sheik. And this crowd here in Torrance, California fires up, chanting MVP. You know, Todd, have you ever seen what we saw at Release the Kraken? I mean, what we're about to see right now, have you seen it in your illustrious career as a commentator?
I haven't seen anything like that level of violence, but I'm afraid, and I shudder to think that it's going to get even worse here tonight, because the locker room came out. Oh, DDT on the apron, and many a competitor will tell you outside of that post, the hardest point in that ring.
Well, that's exactly right, Todd. If you actually were to peel that canvas off from the ring and look from the center of the ring, you would see wooden planks, and those are very unforgiving. But when you get to the outside, you actually have steel beams that keep the shape of that square circle, that ring. And those steel beams are the most unforgiving thing to be taken down on. And she just took a DDT on him.
MVP grabbing the timekeeper table, and why not? I don't think there's any time limit in this one, so it's not going to be needed. But MVP's got plans for it. Yeah, the level of violence, but as I talked about last time, the locker room came out to stop.
That's a spike.
Oh, it sure is. That
That's
Syrian spike.
And he's got it. And he's trying to get leverage. If he gets this leverage, he could be stabbing MVP, grinding just like he did last time. Look how close it is to his forehead here, just inches. Oh, and MVP gouging the eyes. The only choice he had was to fight back. Now grabbing the spike and getting rid of it. It seems to me like MVP wants to beat his ass. I'm not sure that MVP's the type of guy who wants to stab his opponents.
Well, MVP was all too happy to use that spike last time after he got it.
Keep in mind, Todd, that was after he had already been pushed. That was after they had been fighting for 20 or 30 minutes. You know, this is insane, but this is more of the almighty Sheik's wheelhouse, you know. The Syrian people, many Americans they fear the Syrian people, the refugees of Syria. Many people think that people like Sheik should be deported, and that Donald Trump will take guys like Sheik and send them back to wherever he comes from.
MVP might want to be a refugee and get out of there, but the reverse neck breaker, perhaps a little rude awakening for the Sheik, because MVP isn't going anywhere. He's not going to run. He's not going to hide. He's going to try and tan the hide of the almighty Sheik. He's grinding him up.
That's got to hurt right there, grinding the forehead. Is that his chain in his hand there? And now you're seeing the blood. You're seeing the streaming lifeblood of the almighty Sheik on his forehead as Sheik is being taken up to the top rope. And will that blood impair his vision?
Oh, it sure could. I hope it doesn't impair his vision of the zipper being zipped and the darkness closing in when he's in that damn body bag. That's what I don't hope. MVP, another big shot, and the Sheik crumbles to the outside. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Wow. And MVP catching a breath now as Sheik is down and bleeding profusely from his forehead. Will he lose enough blood to just literally pass out, or will he continue the fight against MVP? MVP certainly with the advantage here, Todd Kennelly.
He does, but for how long? Again, the Sheik, the expert in this style of matchup, he's undefeated, so MVP's got a big hill to climb. He's got the Sheik on that table on the outside, and MVP was the one who wanted this matchup. He said, I want you at the Shining, and I just might kill you.
Look at MK here, grabbing the heel of MVP, getting in the way and allowing Sheik the opportunity to come up and hit him from behind. The crowd really doesn't like that.
You're right, bought him just enough time. And a wide open shot. Now he's got the bell.
Oh, not the ring bell. What is he doing? Oh! Putting it where the sun don't shine and giving it a ding.
Yeah, ding dong.
Yeah, shades of Big Dick Johnson earlier tonight with the ring bell just hitting the ding dong.
And Sheik now again, he'll hit the man low and he will have no remorse, no regret. He has no care for the man's health, welfare, or future. Now a steel chair right across the back. That table's still out there and in play. And I think it could be the beginning of the end because now the Sheik has taken control of his specialty, his style of match. You see the big grin on the kisser, Cheshire Cat-esque on MK's face.
He does look like the Cheshire Cat.
And now the Sheik taking control. MVP wanted this battle, but as a result, Sheik got to name the style of matchup, and it is very much in his favor.
You know, I gotta tell you, it seems like ever since the Sheik actually started bleeding profusely in this match, he's gotten better. He's gotten stronger. It's almost like the people of Syria, these sort of jihadists, like the Almighty Sheik. You know, as soon as they start bleeding, as soon as they see their demise, they become martyrs. They become fighting for their cause. You know, it's incredible to see. Oh, it's incredible to see him really get stronger as he bleeds more.
Yeah, it's his face blanketed in blood, but I think that's a bit of a blanket statement. You can't project that onto all of the people of Syria. They're not all a madman like this Almighty Sheik.
When Donald Trump becomes the king of our country, you'll see that guys like Sheik will be taken out.
I wish I could build a wall right here between us at this commentary table.
It's not funny, Todd.
But camel clutch now by the Sheik. And if he can cinch this in, wrench down, render MVP unconscious with it, because MVP,
look at MK coming in and slapping.
That is just disgusting.
Just slapping the face, disrespectfully slapping the face of MVP.
Salt in the wound, but if he can put him out with this, he can put him in that body bag. MVP digging down deep and escapes. But will he escape with his life? Syrian deathmatch main event after an incredible night, but we don't know what to expect from this one, Christian.
There's really no way to predict what's going to happen in this match. I mean, I didn't think that the Sheik would be busted open so fast. I didn't think he'd be bleeding all over the ring just so quickly into the match, but he is. And then what did we see? When we started to think that he'd pass out, that he had no chance of getting any further in the match, it turns out that he got stronger, and now he has the advantage in the match, even though he's cut.
Sheik's blood was spilled last time as well. At Release the Kraken, MVP in a post-match interview made sure to mention, I've got blood on my hands, but it's not mine, it's yours. And that's the way it's gonna be, the way it's gonna stay. MVP peppers him now.
Yeah, by the way, that interview by MVP after that match at Release the Kraken is one of the great interviews in wrestling history. I really love the passion behind what MVP had to say about the Sheik after the Release the Kraken match. And if you haven't seen it, just go to PacificCoastWrestling.com for all the information about upcoming shows, about past shows. You can shop, you can buy beanies, hats, merchandise, DVDs, all at PacificCoastWrestling.com.
Well, Sheik might want to buy some time right now if he's going shopping. He's in big time trouble. MVP digging down deep. He is pouring it on.
Yeah, MVP looking good here, man. I mean, really looking good. I mean, this match has been back and forth so far, but really MVP, as I said, he's an ex-con. You know, this is a guy who had to live on the prison yard and deal with the guys, the toughest guys, the toughest of the tough, Todd. You know, MVP stuck around and survived.
Here we go.
Ballin'!
Oh, yeah. He shoots, he scores, and he might have got some technical fouls throughout this matchup, the way things are going.
Absolutely. MVP just really in control here. Did the referee just hand him the body bag? Now that's the point of this match. Now the Syrian death match, as MK so eloquently explained to us earlier, in order to win the match, you have to place your opponent in the body bag and zip the body bag up.
Got to have him in that compromising position. You have to beat him, in essence, lifeless. MVP now, what's he got in mind? Superplex perhaps to the outside through the table. That could do it. MVP, an architect of destruction here in Torrance.
Yeah, he's really trying to get the leverage there, but if you see there, Sheik using his right hand to actually hold onto that rope to create an issue for MVP. MVP not able to get the leverage to pull him off. He needs to separate that right hand of the Sheik. What's MK doing?
MK, get out of there. Damn it, get out of there. Oh, he might get out of there in a big way. Come on. Yeah, do it. MVP's got his hands all over MK. Oh, the Sheik with a fireball.
Oh, no, another fireball.
Now through the table. My goodness, double jeopardy.
And another fireball again, as we saw it release the Kraken. We see it again. This time the fireball landing on his target, on the face of MVP, instead of on his own manager, MK, as we saw it release the Kraken. What kind of effect will that have on this match?
Well, what do you think? The man was blinded by a fireball, and then his hapless body falls through the table. MK's got that body bag.
How is this fair? How is this fair that MK is up in the ring, holding the body bag? I mean, this is basically a handicap match, folks.
Yeah, well, impromptu handicap match, and it might be that literally after what just happened to MVP. Damn it.
And now placing the body bag over MVP, all he needs to do is get his body into the bag and zip the bag up. And the almighty Sheik will be the winner here in our main event at Pacific Coast Wrestling, The Shining.
We talked about buying and say he might be some
and he's
buyer's
halfway
remorse.
in,
Careful what you wish for, MVP. He's halfway in that body bag.
The fans really not liking it.
They can't believe what they're seeing. The man that they thought was their best hope to rid PCW of this disease, this madman. He's almost completely enveloped in that body bag, Christian Cole. I don't see any hope of surviving here.
MVP's family and kids are here. I honestly want to get them out of here. This is sick. This is sick. If he gets this bag closed, this match is over. Oh God, I can't even look at this. Look at the evil grin on the manager, MK. And that's it.
He did it. And a hush falls over there. Well, I guess let's make it official. Damn it, go ahead. Make it official.
Your winner of the match, the almighty Sheik.
What can you say, Todd? I mean, at first it was silence and now booze cascading over the Oak Street Gym here at Pacific Coast Wrestling's headquarters. What can you say? I mean, I feel sick. People have accused me of doing bad stuff in wrestling. People have accused me of being a snake in the grass. I wouldn't even stoop to these levels. He threw a fireball into his face.
Yeah. And MVP through the table, a table that he set up. MVP came here to fight. He came here ready for a war, but in the end, it was just those brutal tactics. The Sheik remains undefeated in his style of matchup, the Syrian death match, but my God, that's MVP's body, his body in that bag.